Okay, Chiefs Texans preview. Let's see what these guys have to say. Are the Texans going to upset the Chiefs? I don't think so. But let's hear what they have to say on Good Morning Football.
Kyle, before we tee up this conversation, will you reintroduce to the audience what you call the confetti test when we consider Super Bowl winning teams?
Well, it comes up a lot during the draft, too. And I actually learned this from Daniel Jeremiah, who works with us, is that when you're looking at a player, but especially a quarterback, can you truly close your eyes and see them standing on the field in the confetti shower having just won a Super Bowl? Maybe it's about his skills. Maybe it's just about how he presents himself. Some guys are really physically talented, but can't pass the confetti test. You'll hear about that a lot in the draft coming up, but obviously it should be renamed the Mahomes test. Can you pass that? You've passed it many times.
That's exactly right. We've seen a lot of confetti rain down on Mahomes and company. So when the Chiefs have the dream of going for a three-peat and it begins again this weekend, is there any vision, Peter, of this being halted this weekend at home against the Texans?
Whew. Jamie, it's been 24 days, or it will be 24 days between snaps for Patrick Mahomes. After that Christmas victory, they were able to take off not only week 18, but also week 19, the wild card round, and it stretches all the way to Saturday. 24 days. And since the game was on Christmas on a Wednesday, they had the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of that week off. 24 days. The 24 days that have passed, I've just written some things down here. Mahomes and Brittany had another child. Congratulations to the Mahomes family. Travis Kelce's brother has launched a late-night television show and has had multiple episodes at 1 a.m. Of a late-night show in between these two games that they're going to play. Netflix has had not only football but wrestling, and they've got Monday Night Raw. And Deion Sanders is the coach of the Cowboys, and Huck Tua has been canceled and has not been seen since. All these things have happened in the 24 days that have passed. If they were to lose to the Texans, the Houston Texans, if they were to lose to the Texans, as the way that this three-peat and this whole thing ends, it would be so anticlimactic and such a shocker that I don't think it's even precedented. The last time we had a repeat champion were the Patriots in 03 and 04, and the team they lost to was the Denver Broncos. That Denver Broncos team was coached by Mike Shanahan, and it had Champ Bailey on it, and it had a host of other players that were worthy, and it was also in Denver. We're watching John Lynch and Champ Bailey in a defensive backfield. We're seeing Jake Plummer throw to Rod Smith. That game was a road game that the Patriots had to pack their bags and go into Mile High, and they lost. It was a shock because it finally was over, but the Patriots would get back, and they would reload. If the Chiefs were to lose to the Texans, I don't see it in the same light. It's not one of these perennial contenders. It's not a team that they've lost to year after year after year. It's a team, in fact, that they have beaten year after year after year. In the playoffs, of course, they were down 24-0 and came back against those Bill O'Brien teams. And then in the next year, to start the season in the kickoff classic, they blew out Deshaun Watson in week 1. I just don't see these two teams as worthy rivals. It would take a Herculean effort, and it would take a shocking upset for the Houston Texans to be the team that ends this Chiefs run. I don't see it happening. I might be frozen and put on a big screen in Houston when they do their touchdowns and they do their celebrations after winning a Super Bowl this year. I don't see it ending this way. A lot would have to go wrong for the Chiefs, and those 24 days between snaps would be analyzed like you have no idea in the rest versus rust conversation.
Pretty much agree with everything he said. He didn't state the obvious that I've stated in another video. Dome team, warm weather team going to Kansas City to play in the cold. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen this week. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying rust isn't a thing, because that could very well be a thing for Kansas City for not playing so long. I just don't see it happening. I think Kansas City has a better roster. They have the experience. But you don't get that experience until you play in the big games. Houston played a playoff game last year. They won. They went on to lose to Baltimore. This year, they played a playoff game, they won, and now they're going to Kansas City. Eventually, they're going to have to start winning the big games. Eventually, experience is not going to be an excuse for Houston because they are experienced. I just don't see it happening for them this year. I just think that it's too much for a road team, a warm weather dome football team to go to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs on the road in the playoffs. Don't see it happening. Houston, you're going to have to... I'm not saying it's a bye week. I'm not going to go out there and say Kansas City has a bye week. No, that's just stupid. That's a stupid thing that Rex Ryan said. But I don't see Houston winning. I could be wrong. It could be wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Kansas City is going to move on to the AFC Championship game and face the winner of the Bills-Ravens. And I think if you're going to see an upset at Arrowhead, it'll be from one of those two teams. I don't think it's going to be Houston. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Do dome teams have a shot on the road against cold weather teams in the playoffs? Doesn't really happen. Doesn't generally happen. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.